In this video, we will solve O-Level Mathematics, Paper 1, Variant 1 for October-November 2019. So let's start with question number 1. Evaluate 3 multiplied by 1 whole 4 over 7. So I can convert this into a fraction first. So this will be 3 times 7 times 1 is 7 plus 4, 11 over 7. So this is 33 over 7. And if you want, you can convert it again back. So this will become 7 fours are 28. And then 33 minus 28 is 5, so 4 whole 5 over 7. Part B is evaluate 1.3 into 0.3. So I can multiply by 10 to remove the decimals. So 1.3 multiplied by 10 and then multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 10. And then I have to divide by 10 twice as well because I multiplied once here by 10 and once here by 10. So this is 10. So I will get 13 times 3 over 100. 13 times 3 is 39 over 100. So this will be 0.39. Question number 2 is the scatter diagram shows the marks that 12 students each obtained in test A and test B. So on y-axis you have the score for test B, on x-axis you have the score for test A. So this student scored this much in test A and this much in test B. And you have the scores for total of 12 students. So question is, give a reason why it is not appropriate to draw a line of best fit for this diagram. So if you see, there's no like correlation between the marks obtained in test A with marks obtained in test B. There's no positive correlation where if you have marks for test A increasing, it's not clear that the marks for test B will increase as well. Here you see they are increasing, but then they decrease as well. So it's like a scattered plot where you cannot find a positive nor a negative correlation. So there is no correlation between the two sets of marks. So that's why it's inappropriate to draw the line of best fit. Question number 3 is the diagram shows a net of a solid. What is the special mathematical name for this solid? So if you look at this net, you have this square base and then you have these triangles. So if you fold these triangles upwards in 3D, you will get a pyramid with a square base. So this is a pyramid. So let me actually show you this animation as well. So you have this same net that I have shown here. And if you look at it in 3D, this is a net of a pyramid. So how does it form a pyramid? If you like fold these triangles back up, you get a pyramid with a square base. So you can open this net back as well. It will look like this. And then once you close the net, you get a pyramid in 3D. The next part is for the solid, write down the number of vertices. So you have 4 on the base, and once you fold these triangles up into 3D shape, you get this point on the top. So you have these 4 vertices on the base, A, B, C, and then D here. And then the fifth vertex is this one on the top. So you have a total of 5 vertices. So your answer here will be 5. Question number 4 is factorize 1 minus 36p square. So I can use the formula a square minus b square equals to a plus b into a minus b. So I can write 1 as 1 square and 36p square can be written as 6p whole square. Now my value of a is 1 and my value of b is 6p. So I can apply this formula. I will get 1 plus 6p into 1 minus 6p. Part B is factorize 4x plus 3y plus xy plus 12. So right now I don't see any common anything common between 4x and 3y, and there's nothing common between xy and 12. So what I can do is I can swap these two positions. So then if this xy comes here, I will have x common, and then if I bring this 3y to this side, I can take 3 common between 3 and 12. So let me rewrite this. So this will become 4x plus xy plus 3y plus 12. Now I can take x common from here. I will get 4 plus y. I can take 3 common here. I will get y plus 4. So 4 plus y and y plus 4 is essentially the same thing. So I can take that common as well. So let's write it as y plus 4 and then into x plus 3. So this will be your answer. Question number 5 is a television program is 2 hours 40 minutes long. It starts at 22:45. At what time does it finish? So your end time will be the start time plus the duration of the program. So your start time is 22:45. Your duration is 2 hours and 40 minutes. So 0240. And your end time will be the sum of these two. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 2, 4, 2 plus 0, 2. So now my minutes has gone above 60. So I will add 1 hour and then minus 60 here. So I will get 25 and this will be 25, 25. And then my hours have gone above 23. So if you have hours 24 or above, you have to minus 24 as well. So minus 24 and then 0, 0 here, nothing in the minutes. So you will get 25 and 0, 1. So that means it ends at 125 on the next day. So your answer will be 0, 1, 2, 5. Part B is the program contains 8 advertisement breaks, each of which lasts for 3 minutes. Find the fraction of the 2 hour 40 minutes that is taken by advertisements. Give your answer in its simplest form. So let's first write the advertisements time. How many minutes does the advertisements run for? There are 8 advertisements and each is for 3 minutes. So 8 times 3 is 24 minutes. So out of the 2 hour 40 minutes, you have 24 minutes that were taken by the advertisements. So the fraction will be 24 divided by 2 hours and 40 minutes in minutes. So you have to convert these into minutes. So 2 hours is 120 plus 40. So this will be 24 out of 160 minutes were taken by the advertisement. So the fraction is 24 over 160, but you have to write it in its simplest form. So I can divide by 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 2 is 16 and 0. So 3 over 20 is the answer in the simplest form. Question number 6 is write these values in order starting with the smallest. So what we can do is we can convert all of them into decimals to make the comparison easier. So first I have 1 over 30. So 1 divided by 30 is, I have to add a decimal here. 10 is still not divisible by 30. So I add a 0 here and then add another 0 here. So this will be 30 times 3 is 90. And then I get 30. Oh, sorry, 10 here. This is 1. And then another 0. So again 100, 30 times 3 is 90, again 10. So this will be 0 0.0. So 1 over 30 will be 0 0.03333 so on. This is as it is 0 0.03. 1 over 10 is pretty straightforward. This is 0 0.1. 5% is what? 5% is 5 over 100. So this will be 0 0.05. So this will be 0 0.05 and then 2 divided by 25, 2 divided by 25, 0 point, I have to add another 0. 20 is still not divisible by 25, so I add another 0 and then I can add 1 0 here. So 200, 25 times 8 is 200, 0. So this is 0 0.08. Now I have all of these in decimal, so I can make the comparison straight away. So the smallest value here is 0.03. So this is 0.03333. So this is larger. So this is smallest. So you have to write the ones that are given in the question. So 0.03 is 0.03. So smallest is 0.03. The next largest value is this. So this is done. This is 0.0333. So this is 1 over 30. This is done as well. The next largest value is 0.05, which is 5%. The next largest value is 0.08, which is 2 over 25. And the largest value is 0.1, which is 1 over 10. The next question is y is directly proportional to x when x equals to 4, y equals to t. Find x in terms of t when y equals to 2. So y is directly proportional to x. So that means y is directly proportional to x. I can write it as y equals to some constant k times x. Now I can find the value of this constant by these pair of x and y values. So when x equals to 4, y equals to t. So y is t when x equals to 4. So this becomes 4k and k equals to t over 4. So y equals to kx becomes y equals to t by 4 times x. Find x in terms of t when y equals to 2. So when y equals to 2, I can substitute 2 here. We have to find the value of x in terms of t. So if I take this 4 to the other side, it will be multiplied. So this will become 8. This t will go into the denominator down here. So this will be 8 over t equals to x. So x is 8 over t when y is 2. The next question is, by writing each number correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of this. So your first significant figure is the non-zero value when you start looking from the left side. So your first non-zero value here is 5. So the next value is 9. So this 5 will be rounded up. This will become 60 square. This is the first value. So 2 is the first significant figure. The next value is 0. So this will become just 20. And then the first significant figure here is 9. The next value is less than 5. So I will write this 9 as it is. So this will become 0.9. And then 60 square will be 3600 divided by 20 into 0.9 will be 18. And then 18 times 1 is 18. 18 times 2 is 36 and 200. The next question is solve the simultaneous equations. So you have this first equation, x plus 4y equals to 1, and the second equation is 3x plus 2y equals to 8. So from the first equation, I can make x the subject, so x will be equals to 1 minus 4y. Then substitute, so I'm using the substitution method here, substitute x equals to 1 minus 4y in equation number 2. So 3x will become 3 into x is 1 minus 4y plus 2y equals to 8. So this is the equation I'm using. So if I open this bracket, I will get 3 minus 12y plus 2y equals to 8. And if I take this 3 to the other side, this will become 8 minus 3, which is 5 on the right side, and 12 minus 12 plus 2 will become minus 10y. And then y will be minus 1 over 2. And then what I can do is I can substitute y in this equation. So substitute y equals to minus 1 over 2 in, let's call this equation 3 in 3. So x will be x equals to 1 minus 4y, which is minus 1 over 2. So x will become 1, this minus and minus will become positive, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So x equals to 3. So x is 3, y is minus 1 over 2. Question 10 is, Amir buys a camera for $250 and sells it for $200. Calculate the percentage loss. So percentage loss will be equal to the loss, uh, so loss divided by the original purchase price, or original price I can write it as, into 100. So what is the loss? Loss is the selling price, the difference between the purchase and the selling price. So the loss is $50. And what was the original price that he bought it for? The purchase price was 250 into 100. So this 0 and this 0 cancels out. 25 times 1 is 25. 25 times 4 is 100. So 5 times 4 is 20%. So your answer here will be 20%. Part B is Meera invests some money at a rate of 2% per year, simple interest. How many years does it take for her investment to double in value? So let's call the initial investment, which is also called the principal, equals to P. So how many years does it take for her investment to double in value? When will it double in value? When her investment P becomes 2P. That means investment doubles when interest earned equals to P. So she had an initial investment of P, and we have to find the number of years in which the interest she earns on her investment P is also P. So then at the end of those years, you have gained interest P, you had your initial investment P as well. So your total value in the account will be P plus P, which is 2P, right? So you know that interest is given by, interest is PRT over 100, right? So how much interest are we looking to gain? We are looking to gain P interest on the initial investment P as well. So interest gained is P on initial investment P. What is the rate? Rate is 2% into 2 into time is the unknown, because we want to calculate the time in which we earn this interest. So T is unknown over 100. So P and P cancels out. If I take 100 to the other side and 2 to the other side will be in the denominator. So this will become 100 over 2 equals to T. So this gives me T equals to 50. So after 50 years, she will earn interest which is equal to the initial investment. So the total value, so total money in the account will be double the initial investment. So this will be 50 years. Question 11, part A is simplify this expression. So 7 minus, I will open this bracket, minus 3 times 5 will be minus 15k, and this minus becomes positive, and 3 times 2 is 6. So 7 plus 6 is 13 minus 15k. Part B is solve this equation 5x square minus 3x equals to 0. So I can take the x value, x common out of these two. So I will get 5x minus 3 equals to 0. So that means either x equals to 0 or 5x minus 3 equals to 0. And then from this I can find x. If I take this 3 to the other side, I will get 5x equals to 3 and x equals to 3 over 5. So two possible values of x are 0 and 3 by 5. Question 12 is evaluate 3 power minus 2 into 3 power 4. So since I'm multiplying, I will simply add these two values of the powers. So 3 power minus 2 plus 4, which is equals to 4 minus 2 is 2, 3 square, which is 9. 3 minus 3 power 0, so anything power 0 is 1. So 3 power 0 is 1, so this will be 3 minus 1, which is 2. So y power 1 by 2 into 4 into y power 1 by 4. So these y are being multiplied, so the powers will be added. So this will become 4 into y power 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4. So if I add these two, 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4, I will get the LCM, which is 4. So this will be 4 into y power, LCM is 4. This will be multiplied by 2 and this will remain 1. So this will be 4 into y power 3 over 4. So 4 y power 3 over 4. Question 13 is write the number in standard form. So for standard form, that means I need to move the decimal here. So that will mean I'll move it 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the right. So this will become 2.3 into 10 power minus 4, because I moved the decimal towards the right 4 places. So I will have 10 power minus 4 here. So 2 power minus 3, 2.3 into 10 power minus 4. Part B is evaluate this. So to do the subtraction, I need to have the powers of 10 to be the same. So I can change this 10 power 9 by moving the decimal for this 9 one place to the left. So this will be 8 into 10 power 9 minus 0.9. I move the decimal one place to the left. I will increase the power of 10 by 1. So 10 power 9. Now I can take 10 power 9 as common. So this will be 8 minus 0.9 into 10 power 9. 8 minus 0.9 will be 7.1 into 10 power 9. And this is already in standard form. So you can write it as it is. Question 14 is find the highest common factor of P and Q. So you're given P and Q as a product of their prime factors. So for HCF, you look for the lowest powers of the prime factors. So what is the lowest power of lowest power of prime factors between P and Q? So here you have 2 power cube. Here you have 2 power 1. So 2 power 1 will be the lowest power of the prime factor. The next prime factor is 3. So you have 3 here and 3 square here. So the lower power is here. So I will have 3. And then you have prime factors 5, 5 square here and 5 here. So I will take the lower power, which is 5. So your HCF is 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 5 is 30. And find the lowest common multiple of P, Q, and 21. Give your answer as the product of their prime factors. So LCM, so let me write 21 as a product of its prime factor. So if you factorize 21, you get 3 times 7 and then 7 times 1. So 7 and 3. So I can write 21 equals to 7 times 3, similar to how you are given P and Q. Now, what are the prime factors for P, Q, and 21? You have 2, 3, 5. 3 is already there, so 7 as well. So now, similar to how you looked at the lowest power for HCF, for LCM you do the opposite. For LCM, you take the highest power of each prime factor uh, of the numbers that you're calculating the LCM for. So let's first look at the first common factor, which is 2. So you have 2 power 3 here, 2 power 2, 2 power 1 here, and you don't have 2 here. So what is the highest power of 2? Highest power is 2 power 3. So LCM, it will be 2 power 3 multiplied by, what is the highest power of 3? Here 3 power is 1, 3 power 2, and 3 power 1. So 3 power 2 is the highest. So I will take 3 power 2. And then you have 5. You have 5 squared, 5, and you don't have 5 here. So 5 square is the highest power. So I will take 5 square. And then you also have this 7. This is 7 is not there. You have 7 power 1 here, but 7 is not part of 7 is not a prime factor of P and Q. So you will take this highest power, which is 7 power 1. So 2, 3, 5, 7, these were the prime factors, and we have taken their highest powers that were present in the factorization of P, Q, and 21. So you had 2 power 3 as the highest power of 2 between the 3. 3 power 2 was the highest power, 5 power 2 was the highest power, and 7 power 1 was the highest power. So you don't have to actually calculate this product because your answer, the question asks for the answer as a product of prime factors. So you can simply write the product as it is. So this is 2 power 3 into 3 squared into 5 squared into 7. So this will be the LCM for P, Q, and 21. Find the smallest integer n such that Pn is a square number. So square numbers, you know, is if you write your square numbers as a product of prime factors like this, all of the powers of prime factors should be even. So for example, let's take 36. We know that this is a perfect square. 6 square is 36. Let's take the prime factors of 36. So 2 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 3, and then 3 times 1. So if you look at the prime factors, you have 2 squared and 3 squared. You can write 36 as a product of its prime factors like this. And if you look at the powers, all the powers are even to make this 36 a perfect square number. So if you want to make P the perfect square, you need to make sure all the powers are even. So you have P equals to 2 power 3 into 3 into 5 square. Now you have to multiply P by n to make all these powers even. So I'm writing P as it is. Now I'm going to write n. So to make this power 3, I can increase it by 1 to make it 4. So I will multiply it by 2. 3 power 1, I will make it 3 square, so I will multiply by 3. 5 square is already even, so I don't need to do anything about this 5. So this is my number n. So this was p and this is n, and if you multiply them, you will get 2 power 4 into 3 power 2 into 5 square. Now all the powers are even. That means Pn, this number is a square number, and if you take the square root, you will get a whole number. So this was the n that you multiplied to get the Pn as a square number. So n will be 2 times 3, which is 6. Question number 15, part A is, in the diagram, 3 small triangles are shaded. Shade one more small triangle to give the diagram exactly one line of symmetry. So if you look at this big triangle, you know that the triangle has 3 lines of symmetry. One is this, and the third one is this. So let's start with this one. So if I take this line of symmetry for this big triangle, now to make this the line of symmetry for this diagram, I need to have, for this shaded small triangle, I need to have the mirror image on the other side. That means I will have to shade this one for this. For this, I'll have to shade this one. And then for this, I'll have to shade, sorry, not this one, this one. So I have to shade 3 to make this line of symmetry work, but I can only shade 1. So that means this is not the correct answer. So let's move on to the next line of symmetry for the bigger triangle, which is this one. And for this, I have half shaded region on this side, half on the other side of the line of symmetry. So we are fine with this. But for this, I will have to shade this triangle here. And then for this, I will have to, in fact, not this one. Let me show. For this, I'll have to actually shade this one. And for this, I'll have to shade this one. So in this case, I had to shade 2 triangles. This is not correct as well, because the question states you can only shade 1. So the third possible line is this one, which goes through this. In fact, let me draw it from the other side. It will be passing through this. So now if you look at this line of symmetry, for this shaded triangle, I have this one shaded on the other side. And for this, I will shade this one. So this is the correct answer. I only had to shade one triangle to make this the line of symmetry. So once you have shaded this, only this line of symmetry will be the one possible line of the symmetry for this whole diagram. So this is the correct answer. You will shade this. So you don't need the line of symmetry. The question only asks you to shade this one of the triangles. So the correct answer is this one. The next question is, in the diagram, the 3 triangles and the circle form a figure that has rotational symmetry of order 3. So that means if the rotational symmetry is of order 3, if you divide the full circle 360 degrees by 3, you get 120 degrees. That means these triangles are repeated every 120 degrees, and during full 360 degree rotation, they will be repeated 3 times. So this, and this, they are repeated 3 times during a full rotation. So that means these 3 triangles are actually exactly the same. And since this is the center of the circle, because that's the only way you will have uh, like a rotational symmetry when your triangles are like meeting on this center of the circle. So that means this is the radius and this is the radius. So these 2 lines are equal. These 2 lines are equal as well. These 2 lines are equal as well. So you have to find x. So if this is x degrees, this will be x as well. And since all these 3 triangles are congruent or like exactly same, this angle is 88. So this angle is 88 as well. And then this angle is 88 as well. So you can sum up the 3 angles of this triangle. X plus 88 equals to 180. 2x will be equal to 180 minus 88, you will get 92. And then x will be 46. So x is 46 degrees. And then y is what? So if this angle is y here, That means this is repeated as well. Since these three triangles are repeated, this angle y means this angle is y as well, because your rotational symmetry of order is 3. So this angle y is repeated 3 times as well. So you have these three repetitions of this angle y. So now you can, your full circle is 360. So you have 1, 2, 3, 3 times y, 3y, plus you have 88 degrees 3 times as well. So 3 into 8, sorry, plus 3 into 88, and this is a full circle, so you will get 360 degrees. So 88 into 3 is 8 threes are 24, 2 carry, 8 threes are 24, 264. So 3y will be 360 minus 264, and 3y will be this will be 360 minus 264 will be 96, and y will be 96 divided by 3, which is 32. So y equals to 32 degrees. Question number 16 is, in the Venn diagram, shade the region which represents C intersection with A union B complement. So let's start with A union B. So which is the region represented by A union B? So this is A union B that I am drawing the boundary for. So this is the boundary of A union B. Everything inside is, so everything inside this is A union B. So now you're looking for A union B complement. So everything outside of this blue boundary is A union B complement, right? So everything outside of this blue, you have to find its intersection with the set C. So which is the intersecting region between everything this is that is outside blue and this set C? So this is the only region that is outside of blue and also part of C. These regions will not be counted, although they are part of C, but they are not part of A union B complement because they are inside A union B as well. So you have to look for the region that is outside of the A union B and also overlaps with C. So this will be your region that I've shaded here. Part B is you're given universal set, which is A, B, C, D up till J. Then you have set T and V. So list the members of T intersection V complement. So you're given V. Let's first find V complement. So V complement will be everything outside of V. So let's start with the universal set. A is part of B. B is also present. C is not there. So C is in V complement. D is there. E is not there, so E will be part of V complement. F as well. F is not part of V. G is here, H is here, I is here, J is not there, so J is also part of V complement. So now you have to find T, this T here, intersection V complement. So T intersection V complement will be the elements that are common. So B is not here, D is not here, F is here, so this is part of this intersection. H is not here, J is here, so J is also part of this intersection. So T intersection V complement is F and J. F and J. Find the number of elements in T union V. So first we can find T union V, and then we can count the number of elements. That will be your answer. So T union V will be uh, T is this and V is this. So you have to make sure you don't double count the elements that are common. So let's first write down all the elements of T. So T is B, D, F, H, J. Now you have to write all the elements of V that you have not already written. So A is not there, so we can write A. B we have already written. D we have already written. G we haven't written, so G is written as well. H is already here. I is not there, so we can write I as well. So I. So now you have to calculate the number of elements. So number of elements in T union V will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 elements. So your answer will be 8. Question 17 is the diagram shows the lines x plus y equals to 8, y equals to 1 by 2x, x equals to 0, and y equals to 0. The regions between the lines are labeled with letters. Write down the label of the region which is defined by these three inequalities. So you're given these three inequalities and you have to uh, basically tell which letter represents the region. So first we need to assign each of these equations to these lines. So this is pretty straightforward. X equals to 0 is this line, which is the y-axis. Y equals to 0 is this line, which is the x-axis. And then x plus y equals to 8 and y equals to 1 by 2x. So here the gradient is positive. That means this is the line which is y equals to 1 by 2x. And if I write this equation in terms of y equals to mx plus c, then I have to take this x to the other side. So this becomes y equals to minus x plus 8. So minus indicates a negative gradient. So this will be the line which has a negative gradient. So this equation is the equation for this line is x plus y equals to 8, and this line is represented by this equation y equals to 1 by 2x. Also remember, whenever you're looking at these inequalities, make sure that the coefficient of y is always positive. Otherwise, you can get the wrong regions labeled. To get an explanation on this, watch the video for October November 2016 paper 1 variant 1 question number 24. That question has a negative y coefficient, and I explained there why you should always have y positive coefficient of y. If not, you have to make it positive by like taking it to the other side of the equation. In that question I explain how you can make a mistake if it's negative, and how you can get like a wrong region labeled by the inequality. So take a look at that question, October November 2016 question, paper 1 variant 1. So paper 1 variant 1 question 24. So let's continue with this one. So here we have all positive coefficients of y, so we don't need to worry about anything. So the region is x plus y is less than 8. So x plus y less than 8 means below this line. Y less than 1 by 2x means below this line, and y greater than 0 means above this line. So below this line, this is the same line. So this is being indicated by region G. So below this and above this y equals to 0. So the region that is represented by these three inequalities is labeled as G. The next part is write down all the inequalities which define region E. So your region E is this one. So let me actually label this in red. So these are the boundaries for region E. So we need 1, 2, 3 inequalities because there are three boundary lines. So the first one is towards the right of this. So the first inequality will be x is greater than 0. The second is above this line, and this is the equation x plus y equals to 8. So I can write x plus y greater than 8 since it is above. And it's also above this one, y equals to 1 by 2x. So the third inequality will be y is greater than 1 by 2x. So these three inequalities represent this region E. The next question is the masses of 120 serial packets were measured. The results are summarized in the cumulative frequency diagram below. So this is y-axis is cumulative frequency, not frequency. And then on the x-axis you have mass in grams. So that means if you look at this 60 here, 60 packets had a mass of 500 grams or less out of the 120. So the first part is use the diagram to estimate the median. So estimating the median, first you need to find the 50th percentile. 50th percentile will be 50 over 100 into total number of serial packets were 120. So these zeros cancel out with these two zeros. 12.5 is 60. So you have to look at the value at cumulative frequency value of 60 and see what's the mass at that value. So this is the point where it intersects. So if you come down here, this is 501. So 501 grams is the median. The next part is the interquartile range. So 25th percentile of 120 will be 25 over 100 into 120. Zeros cancel out, and then I can 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 2 is 10, 12 times 5 is 60, divided by 2 is 30. So 25th percentile of 120 is 30. Then the 25th, so your lower quartile will be Q1 will be the value at the cumulative frequency value of 30. So 30 will be, this is 20, 20, so this is 40. So that means between, in the middle of this box, so two and a half boxes below, two and a half boxes above. So each small box represents the value change of, so you're changing 20 values, so 4. So this change is 20, and the number of boxes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 divided by 5 equals to 4. So this is 24, 28, then 32. So the middle value between 28 and 32 is 30. So you're looking for the value of the graph at this value, which is 30. And if you continue here, it intersects the graph at this point. So if I go down here, this is the point. So here each small box represents a value of 0.2, because this is 500, this is 501. So the change of value 1 is represented by how many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 over 5 is 0.2. So this is 500, then 500.2, this is 500.4. So this value here is 500.4. And then similarly, what is the 75th percentile of 120? That is 75 over 100 into 120. Again, these zeros cancelled out. 5 times 15 is 75, 5 times 2 is 10, 2 times 1, 2 times 6 is 12, and then 15 times 6 is, 6 5s are 30, 3 carry 90. So you have to look at the value at 90. So cumulative frequency value 90 will be this one in the middle of 80 and 100. So this is in the middle of this small box. So I have to find where it intersects the graph. So this is the point where it intersects. So what is the value here? So if I keep going down, this is 502. So your interquartile range, range will be the upper quartile value, which is 502, minus the lower quartile value, which is 500.4. And if you subtract these, you will get 501, and then so 1.6. So your interquartile range is 1.6 gram. Part B is the measuring scales used were faulty. The measured masses were all 0.8 gram more than the actual masses. Write down the median and the interquartile range of actual masses. So every measurement is 0.8 grams higher than the actual value because the scale were faulty that were used. So if the median is 501 grams, that means the actual value is 501 minus 0.8, because this is 0.8 higher compared to the actual value. So you will get 500.2. So your median value, actual median value is 500.2 grams. Interquartile range will remain the same because both these values are higher by 0.8 gram. So let me actually show you. So 502 will become what? 501.2, because this is 0.8 gram higher. So if I minus 0.8 from 502, I get 501.8, and then minus 500.4 minus 0.8 will actually be 499.6. And then if you subtract these two, 501.2 minus 501.2 minus 499.6, this will again, you will get 1.6. So since both values were faulty, both had extra zero point 0.8, and then if you subtract zero point 0.8 from both of them, your difference will remain the same. So your interquartile range will not change. It will remain the same, 1.6 grams. Question 19 is f of x is given. Evaluate f of 1 by 2. So f of 1 by 2 will be simply, I'll substitute x with 1 by 2. So this will be 5 minus 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. 5 minus 1 by 2 is 4.5, and this is 0.5. So 4.5 divided by 0.5 will be 9. F inverse of x. So we let y equals to f of x. And from this, if I take this f to the other side, I get f inverse of y equals to x. So let's first substitute f of x here. So f of x is what? 5 minus x over x. So you have to make x the subject of the equation. So if I take x to the other side, I get xy equals to 5 minus x. Take this x to the other side, I get xy plus x equals to 5. X common, y plus 1 equals to 5. And then take y plus 1 to the other side. I will get x equals to 5 over y plus 1. And then I can substitute this x with f inverse of y, because x is f inverse of y. So this becomes f inverse of y equals to 5 over y plus 1. And then f inverse of x will be 5 over x plus 1. X plus 1. Question 20 is, the table shows the results when a dice is thrown 300 times. The relative frequency of throwing a 4 is 0.2. Find the value of P and value of Q. So you're given the relative frequency, which is basically the probability of throwing a 4 is 0.2. So how do we find the relative frequency of 4? The frequency is, you get out of 300 times, you get P times the value is 4 on the dice. So relative frequency is P, the number of times you get 4, divided by the total number of times you throw the dice, which is 300. And you know, you're given that the relative frequency is 0.2. So 300 into 0.2 will be 60. So your value of P is 60. And for Q, you're not given the relative frequency, but you know that the sum of all these frequencies should be 300, because the total number of times you throw the dice is 300. So if you add them all, you should get 300. So for Q, I will do 55 plus 42 plus 45 plus P, which is 60, plus 50 plus Q should equal 300. So let's calculate this sum. So this 50 and this 50 is 100. This 60 and this 40 is another 100. So you get 200, 240, 240 plus this 5 and 5, 250, 252. So Q plus 252 is 300. And then Q will be 300 minus 252, which is 48. So value of Q is 48. How many times would you expect to throw a 2 when the dice is thrown 1000 times? So this will be number of times you expect 2 will be the probability of 2. What is the probability of 2? So let me write it. Probability of 2 getting a 2. So this is P, probability of getting a 2 multiplied by 1000. So what is the probability of getting a 2? This is 42 over 300. For the first time, for the first experiment where you throw 300 times, you get 2 42 times. So 42 over 300 is the probability of getting 2. And from 1000 times, if you multiply by 1000, you will get the number of times you expect to see 2. So let's calculate this. 3 and 3 zeros, these two zeros cancel out. So you get 420 divided by 3, which is 3 times 1 is 3, 112, 140. So if you throw the dice 1000 times, you expect to see a 2 140 times out of those 1000. The next question is, in the diagram, the points A, B, C, D, E lie on the circle of So this is the circumference and all these points lie on the circle with center O. The points B, O, E lie on a straight line. So this is a straight line. That means this is a diameter. AB is parallel to ED. So this line AB and this line ED are parallel, and DEO is 53 degree. First part is find the angle X. So this is the angle X at the center. So if you look at this arc BCD, which subtends this angle at the center, right? But if you look at this angle BED, so BED, it also, the same arc subtends this angle at the circumference of the circle. So we know that the angle at center is double the angle at circumference if both the angles are subtended by the same arc. So it's subtended by the same arc BCD. So X will be simply 2 times 53, which is 106. So the next part is find Y. So let me erase this. So if you look at this uh, quadrilateral BCDE, so let me mark this. This quadrilateral B, C, and then D and E. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral because all 4 vertices of this quadrilateral lie on the circumference of the circle. And you know the property of cyclic quadrilaterals, that the sum of their opposite angles is equals to 180 degrees. So y plus 53 will be equals to 180. So y will be 180 minus 53, which is 127 degrees. So y will be 127. The next part is find angle Z. So let's erase this. So if you look at these two lines which are parallel, so this line AB and this line ED, these are parallel, and this line BOE is a line that intersects these two parallel lines, right? So this angle Z and this angle BED are alternate angles, and you know that alternate angles for parallel lines are equal. So this angle Z will be equal to this angle, which is 53 degrees. So using the property of alternate angles for parallel lines, this angle Z will be 53 degrees. Part D is find the angle T. So let's erase this. So angle T is this one. And if I look at this angle BAE, this angle is subtended by this diameter. So using the property that the angle subtended by the diameter, or like it's also called angle in the semicircle, this angle is 90 degree because it's subtended in the semicircle or by this diameter BOE. So we already know the angle Z, which is 53. We have already calculated this Z. So we can use the property of the sum of triangles is 180. So Z, which is 53, plus this angle, which is 90, plus this angle T, should be equal to 180. So T will be equal to 180 minus 90 plus 53 will be 143, and 180 minus 43 will be 37 degrees. So angle T will be 37. The next question is, the diagram shows triangle ABC. Using a pair of compass and a straight edge, construct the perpendicular bisector of AC. So first, I'll place my compass on this point A and make sure that it's open more than half the length of the line. So this is more than half. And then I will draw 2 arcs on either side of the line, one on the top and then one here on the bottom. And then without changing the length of the compass, place it on the other edge, which is this edge C here, and then draw the 2 arcs again. So this here and the other one on the top. Now if I join these two lines, these 2 points, I will get my perpendicular bisector. So let me align these two, and Now if I draw a line like this will be my perpendicular bisector for the line AC. The next part is the locus of points that are equidistant from AB and AC. So you have this line AB and this line AC. That means we have to draw the angle bisector of this angle BAC. So let me bring my compass and place it at this point A. Now you can open it to any arbitrary length and draw an arc for the two lines, line AB and line AC. So you have to draw an arc that goes from one line to the other. So this will be your arc like this. Then without changing the length of the compass, place it on the point where it intersects each of the lines. So first, this is the intersection of this arc with line AC. And then you can draw an arc like this and then place it on the other edge where the arc intersects the line AB, and then you can, oh, let me place it here and draw another arc here. So now the points the point that is created by the intersection of these two new arcs. So you can forget this arc now. So this point here, which is the intersection of these two arcs, similar to how I created these 2 points. Now if I join this point with this point A, I will get a line which is the angle bisector. So let me place it here and then align it properly like this. And then I can draw this angle bisector, which starts at this point A, and passes through that point that I created using the arcs and goes through like this. So this line represents the angle bisector of angle BAC, and this is the locus of points that are equidistant from line AB and line AC. The next part is the perpendicular bisector of AC meets BC at P. So this perpendicular bisector of AC, which is this here, meets BC, which is this here. So this is the intersection of the perpendicular bisector with the line BC. This point here is P. Q is the point on BC that is equidistance from AB and AC. So Q is a point on BC, this line BC, which is equidistance from line AB and line AC. So that means Q also lies on this angle bisector, but Q is also on this line. So that means the intersection of these two lines, which is this point, this is Q. Mark and label points P and Q. We have already done that on the diagram, and measure the length PQ. So we can measure this length here between P and Q. So if I place it here, let me first align it with this line, and then we can measure this length PQ. It's almost 3.2 centimeters or 3.1. I'll say 3.2 centimeters. So PQ here is 3.2 centimeters. Question 23 is the diagram is the speed time graph representing part of a train's journey. The train slows down uniformly from a speed of 40 meters per second to a speed of 24 in a time of 20 seconds. It then uniformly slows down uniformly for a further 40 seconds until it stops. So first part is find the deceleration between t equals to 20 and t equals to 60. So deceleration is given by the change in speed divided by the time taken. So time taken. So what's the change in speed? The speed changes from 24 to 0. So the change in speed is 24. And what's the time taken between t equals to 20 and t equals to 60? So this duration is 40 seconds. So 40. And then I can divide by 8. 8 threes are 24, 8 fives are 40. So this is 3 over 5 meter per second square, or if you want to write it as decimal, it will be 0.6 meters per second square. So 0.6. Find the speed when t equals to 50. So t equals to 50 will be somewhere here, right? Uh, so let's say this is t equals to 50, and let's call this speed that we want to find v. So the speed, let the speed when t is 50 equals to, let the speed equals to v. So now, since we already know the deceleration and we know it's constant throughout because this is a straight line, I can use this v to calculate the deceleration and equate it with the deceleration that we calculated in the previous part. So if I use this v, the change in speed is from v to 0. So deceleration will be change in speed, which is v. And how much time did it take? It took 10 seconds. So time taken is 10, and deceleration is 0.6. So let me continue here. Deceleration is 0.6 equals to v over 10. So if I take 10 to the other side, I get 0.6 multiplied by 10, which is 6 meters per second. Find the distance traveled from t equals to 0 till t equals to 20. So you are looking for this area under the speed time graph, which will give you the distance from t equals to 0 till t equals to 20. So this is a trapezium. The height is 20. One side is 24. The other parallel side is 40. So using the formula for the area of a trapezium, which is 1 by 2 into height. Height here is 20. And the sum of parallel side, one side is 24, the other side is 40. So 24 plus 40. So this will be 2 times 1, 2 times 10. 10 multiplied by 40 plus 24 is 64. So this will be 640 meters, the distance traveled. Question number 24 is you are given matrices A and B. First part is evaluate 2A minus B. So 2A will be 2 into 3, 1, minus 2, 0. Minus B will be minus 2, 1, 3, 0. So this will be, if I take this 2 inside, I will get 6, 2. I'll multiply this 2 with each of these numbers. So I will get minus 4 here, 0. And then minus B as it is, minus 2, 1, 3, 0. Now I will subtract the each corresponding numbers in the matrix. So 6 minus minus plus, 6 plus 2 will be 8. 2 minus 1 will be 1. Minus 4 minus 3 will be minus 7. And 0 minus 0 will be 0. So this will be 8, 1, minus 7, and 0. Find A inverse. So for A inverse, you first need the determinant of A, which will be 3 times 0 minus minus 2 times 1. So 3 times 0 minus minus 2 times 1. So this will be 0. This minus and this minus will become positive. So the determinant is 2. Then A inverse is given by 1 over determinant. So 1 over 2 into the adjugate of A. So for adjugate, you swap the places of these two variables. So 0 and 3 will swap places, and you change the sign of the other two. So this will become minus 1 and this will become positive 1. And if I take this 1 over 2 inside, I will get 0, minus 1 over 2, 1, and 3 over 2. So this will be A inverse 0, minus 1 over 2, 1, and 3 over 2. Part C is find the matrix X such that AX is 3 minus 4. So AX equals to 3 minus 4. And then if I since I have to find this matrix X, I will have to eliminate A. So I can multiply by A inverse on both sides. So this will be like this, A inverse into A into X. And then since I'm multiplying on the left, I will multiply on the left here as well. 3 minus 4. So A inverse multiplied by 3 minus 4. So this A inverse A is just the identity matrix. So I'll be left with X equals to A inverse into 3 minus 4. So you already know A inverse from the previous part. So let me continue here. A inverse is 0, minus 1 by 2, 1, and 3 by 2. And then X is, oh sorry, this matrix here is 3 minus 4. So I'll multiply these two matrices to get the matrix X. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix, and this is a 2 by 1 matrix. So the columns of the second are equal to the first rows of the the columns of the first matrix is equal to the rows of the second matrix. So that means this multiplication is valid. So I can cancel these out, and then I'm left with 2 by 1. That means after multiplication, my X is a 2 by 1 matrix. So let's multiply the first row with the first column to get the value in the first row in and the first column of X. So this will be 0 times 3 plus minus 1 by 2 times minus 4. So this is the value when you multiply the first row with the first column. This is the only column in the matrix. Then you multiply the second row with the first column. So you will get the value in the second row and the first column. So this will be 1 times 3 into 3 by plus 3 by 2 into minus 4. 3 by 2 into minus 4. So you will get 0 into 3 is 0. Plus this minus and minus becomes positive. 4 over 2 is 2. So this is 2 and this is 3. This 2 will cancel out with this 4. So this is 3 and this is minus 6. So 3 minus 6 is minus 3. So your X matrix is 2 minus 3. Question 25 is, in the diagram, B is the midpoint of OD and OA ratio AC is 1:3. So B is the midpoint of OD, OA is A, OB is B. So if this is the midpoint and OB is B, that means this as well is B as this BD is B as well, because B is the midpoint. And then OA ratio AC is 1:3. So OA ratio AC is 1:3. So if this is A, then AC is 3A, because this is 1:3. So this vector AC will be 3A. Express as simply as possible in terms of A and or B, OC. So OC can be written as OA plus AC, OA plus AC, and OA is A and AC is 3A. So this will be 4A. The next part is CD. CD is this vector here. So I can use the head to tail rule. CD will be equals to CO plus OD. CD will be equal to CO plus OD. OC is 4A, so CO will be minus 4A. Minus 4A plus OD is 2B. B plus B is 2B. So this is minus 4A plus 2B. Part B is the point on CD such that CP is 3 by 4 of CD. So this CP is 3 by 4 of this full length CD. Express AP as simply as possible in terms of A and or B. So this is AP and we need to find AP. So AP can be written as, again using the head to tail rule, AP can be written as AC plus CP. AC plus CP. AC we know is 3A plus CP is what? 3 by 4 of CD. So we have calculated CD in the previous part. So I'll just take 3 by 4 of this CD. So this will be AP. Now I have to simplify this. So 3A as it is, if I open this bracket, this 4 and this 4 will cancel out. So this 3 will be multiplied by minus A. So this will become minus 3A plus 3 by 4 into 2 will be 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 3 by 2B plus 3 by 2B. So I just opened up the bracket, I multiplied 3 by 4 with minus 4A and then 3 by 4 multiplied by 2B. So 3A minus 3A is 0, so this will be just 3 by 2B. Find ratio of AP ratio BD. So AP ratio BD, what is AP? AP is 3 by 2B, 3 by 2B. And what is BD? BD is just B. So I can cancel B on both sides. So this will be 3 by 2 ratio 1. Then to convert these into whole numbers, instead of this fraction 3 by 2, I can multiply by 2 on both sides of the ratio. So if I multiply by 2 on both sides, So 2 here and then 2 here. These two will cancel out. So this will be 3 ratio 2 times 1 is 2. So this is 3 ratio 2. What special type of quadrilateral is ABDP? So ABDP. So this is ABDP. So what quadrilateral is this? We know that BD is B and AP is what? AP is 3 by 2B. So 3 by 2B. So since they are only in the direction of vector B, that means these two sides are parallel. There's no A in either one of them. There's just the difference of length. This is B and this is 3 by 2B, and both are in the vector direction B. So these two sides are parallel. So what is the name of a quadrilateral where you have one pair of parallel sides? That is a trapezium. So this quadrilateral ABDP will be a trapezium. So this was the October-November 2019 question paper 1 and also the variant 1.